So we're going to talk about the first thing I wanted to talk about with you guys actually was they announced Quindel Hoyo tweeted out that this last week was the 1 year anniversary of the Turbo update actually for Halo 4, which I think drastically improved the game. I don't know. I'm sure most people agree, but I think it was one of the best steps in the direction that Halo 4 needed to go, especially like the 4-shot kill and the speeded up movement speed. So Cleanup, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, well, the way that it went, like, man, it was like I remember I had to stay up until like 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning for the update to actually happen. And when it did, like the game felt like complete again. Like I don't know, like I had to immediately switch to a DMR, which was kind of like a pain in the butt for me because I was like all DMR at that point. But then I switched to the BR and it felt like home. Like, you know what I mean? I still had to adjust a little bit, and it was an adjustment, but you know, it was, oh man, it was the best thing to happen to Halo 4, and that's for sure.
Toast, what do you think? Or Crazed actually is next, sorry.
Hey, don't forget me.
I know, man, sorry. I'm not trying to pass you up.
Crazed, baby.
Oh, man, I love that update. I thought when they brought that out, I immediately made a video on it and said, hey, guys, get back on Halo. It is back where it needs to be. And I believe that to this day, provided they get rid of the Infinity stuff. But other than that, man, it just feels really good. And I'm so glad they did that. And I think 343 really showed that they're listening to the fans, that we wanted the 4-shot BR back, that we wanted the faster gameplay and everything. I was really impressed with 343 on that day.
Yeah, for sure. Toast?
My first reaction is, wow, it's already a year. So it went by so fast. Yeah. It's so fast. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's so insane. But yeah, I don't know. I thought when that was announced that was fake at first. I'm pretty sure I didn't actually think that was like a real thing. So I was like, really? They're actually going to make 4-shot BR? Actually going to have double-shot beatdown? Like, what? I did not think that was going to happen. And then, you know, obviously it did. And that was awesome. I think, yeah, agreed that was what needed, one of the many things that needed to happen to, you know, balance out the game, change it up, make it faster, give people what they want. So I hope they learn from that, you know, keep with that mentality.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it was the first time we've seen that 4-shot back since, you know, Halo 3, basically, since before Reach, and that's a long time of Halo to have a 5-shot kill.
Those crispy 4s.
Yeah, those crispy 4s, man.
Crispy 4s, bro.
UNYSHEK, what are your thoughts, bud?
The Turbo update was one of the best things to happen to Halo in quite some time, probably since the title update in Reach. It was absolutely phenomenal. It helped bring people back. I don't know if you guys noticed the player spike that occurred. Everyone hopped on to test it out, and they were like, wow, this is a completely different Halo 4. I think they changed a ton of the weapons, not just the battle rifle. All the automatics got like a 3-shot kill like increase, so it took 3 less bullets to kill. Yeah. The turrets all got boosts on the Warthogs and the Mantis chain gun.
The Saw too. The Saw got a buff.
The Saw got it got faster.
Yep.
It got faster, and it was
Carbine also 1 shot less. Pistol had slight damage increase. Yeah, people were saying the
Carbine was a big one.
They reduced the range on the DMR, which really sped up the gameplay, and it made it so it wasn't so standoffy on maps like Ragnarok and whatnot.
Who plays that? Who plays Ragnarok?
I'm just saying. You occasionally get those Rag noobs, you know.
Yeah, they also like you know, changed the range at which you get like auto assist with the DMR and stuff like that.
Yep.
Yeah, that was good.
And they toned down the aim assist too. They like big time, didn't they?
Yeah, that was actually one. This is another thing that my reaction was when it came out was, well, here we go, start grind on this like 10-hour video that took me. I went through every single weapon and compared all the percentage differences for all the different weapons on auto assist, rate of fire, reload, all that, beatdown, all that stuff. That was one of the longest videos that took me to produce.
Yeah.
That was a lot of work.
It was cool, though.
I remember staying up and counting the amount of bullets it took to kill with a melee, without a melee, in the body, in the head. You know, I measured everything, and like counted the changes.
Yeah.
I think one of the coolest stories like I have from this is my buddy Clutch's.
That I know everybody's excited to hear about. A lot of people feel that E3 last year was kind of a down time for Microsoft, and they made a lot of fumbles in their sort of presentation and how they sort of went at the community or the gaming community as a whole by just kind of advertising TV and a few other things. That it seemed less games focused is what most people came away with. And I wonder if you guys think that maybe they learned their lesson, or maybe you don't think that they fumbled last year. What are your thoughts on this year coming up? I personally think that with all the restructuring they've done management-wise, that there's going to be some big changes coming. I'm excited to see what they come up with, and I'm glad they're going to be first in the morning, so I get to see it right away, you know?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts, Cleanup?
I think I'll let somebody else talk about Phil Spencer, but I'll talk about last year, okay? Like, we all know how we feel about Phil Spencer, I think, but I'll let somebody handle the reins of that. Like, my thing is that last year wasn't so bad. Like, if you look at the game-to-game perspective, like, of what, like, Microsoft had and what PlayStation had, like, there was little to no difference. The only thing that they really had was like the technical stuff, like used game trades and stuff like that. And when the crowd erupted, I was just kind of like, okay, well, that's cool. And I understand that GameStop doesn't really apply to me, but like I understand why you guys are excited. My thing is like I saw what was happening on PlayStation. I was like, and it's happening. It's coming to fruition. Like there's a bunch of indie games on there. Don't get me wrong. Like there's some good games, but for the most part, it's like just a bunch of indie games, and we don't know exactly what's coming out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's just, I didn't think they had as bad of E3. It's just I think they didn't know how to present their product. You know what I'm saying? You had a bunch of smart people that didn't know how to present their product. So I think that's what happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think DRM was like everybody seems to love Steam, but in DRM, like Steam is basically DRM. Yeah, but
Steam
like
is extremely intrusive.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like it's almost the same aspect. But I think Microsoft just marketed it so poorly to people that it didn't really get the legs that it needed to. Because I honestly would love to go all digital. I hate going to GameStop. I hate how much they rip you off. I just dislike how.
You want the power-up card?
Yeah, exactly. They're so, like, invasive. They're always in your face about something. They're always like, you want to tack on an extra used game on that, bro? You need some accessories? No, I don't.
Warranty on that? You want the warranty?
Yeah, it's like,
warranty.
Yeah, I hate going there. Like, I literally hate going there that much that I usually buy games digitally.
But it's like the midnight release, though. You can't beat the midnight release.
That midnight
you know what I mean?
Especially since digital hasn't caught up with the midnight release. Like, you can't get things at midnight.
Yeah, we're all
like
waiting
a
on
midnight like Twitch stream where everyone has to be like connected to a
Well,
webcam or something.
There is a way to do that. I know some PC games have started doing it where you can download it and you just can't access it.
Yeah, that's how Steam does it. Yeah, they'll do like an unlock
Blizzard does
time,
that a lot.
But
You do the pre-download and
you ever
then
been to,
they
like-
unlock it at midnight
Yeah.
for everyone. And I feel like that'd be a lot better because I'm on the West Coast too, so everyone's got the game 3 hours earlier than me.
No, we have to wait for
Yeah.
you. That's the shitty thing. We have to wait for you.
but
We have to wait for West Coast to hit that midnight in order for us to actually like access the game digitally.
yeah. But I mean,
So we're
nothing,
up
still
till
nothing
3.
beats though that like you're all there. There's a group of people. They all love this game or this thing that's coming out. Super excited. Like you can't beat that like hype. Like you don't get that online. You know. Like I was at the Wii launch, midnight launch. That was so cool. That was
Oh
awesome.
my god.
It was so cool. It was so cool because all these Nintendo people, everyone loves Nintendo. And then like, you know, people got like a power generator and they're playing Smash and people brought apples to apples. People were buying pizza for each other, so we like had food and stuff. It was just
Well,
like
that's
12
cool.
hours of like just people like playing like Mario Kart DS and like passing around their DS to like play Mario Kart tournaments. It was just really cool.
See,
So
I
you
went to
can't
the
like have that online.
Halo CE midnight release, and everyone else was waiting for Assassin's Creed there. So,
Oh my god.
Oh,
Yeah.
anniversary?
yeah.
Oof.
Assassin's Creed came out on the same day, so everybody, like, I was the only dude that was there to buy Halo. There was like one other dude. It was kind of depressing. To get us back on topic, Craze, what do you think of E3 last year, and what do you think Microsoft's got in store for us this year?
Well, for me, it's always about the games. PlayStation had an excellent lineup, but I think Xbox takes the cake in the games. I think they really do. I mean, honestly, since I'm largely a first-person shooter guy, I just don't see Killzone as something I want to invest any time in.
Same.
Yeah, so I didn't think, honestly, Microsoft did a bad job. I think with, like you said, with the DRM, they really marketed that really poorly. I think if they would have done a better job with that, a lot of people would be very happy with it. Because there was that share feature with your friends and stuff like that, which I was really interested in. For those games like playing with my brother or something, he doesn't have it, so we could technically share it digitally, and it would have been fun to play. He could play it, I could play it. It had been a really good job.
Right.
But as for this year, honestly, I just got done just before we started recording this, listened to Larry Herb interview Phil Spencer, and they are going to bring the big guns this year, and that is without a doubt. I think Microsoft is going to take the show, and Halo's going to be one of the stars.
Man, I hope so. Like,
Yeah.
God, I hope so. Like, I hope they just show everything. Like, they had a leaked list, okay, and I hope they show everything that was on that list, because if so, like, it's game over, dude. Like, there's
hope
no
we get
reason
some good
not to buy.
information. I'm kind of worried that we'll just get, just like a little dinky like teaser thing and just like a little tidbits of information about what's gonna happen, but no official announcement. That'd be kind of sad if we got that. I hope we actually get something good.
Oof.
All
Yeah,
they
I
really
hope
need to
that's
do
not
to
the
have a
case.
good E3 is just be like, Halo 2 anniversary, bringing back the blades, drop the mic, leave.
Yeah.
Phil Spencer, drop the mic. That's all it needs to happen.
That's
Bring back
it.
the blades.
That's it.
Blades are awesome.
Same Xbox 360
Yeah,
like
the original
menu.
Xbox dashboard. We're bringing it back. Drop
Yep.
the mic.
And
You're
DirectX.
exactly-
Back at pictures from like the Halo 2 launch, and they had like the original Xbox dashboard on like the OG Xbox,
Oh,
where it's all
yeah.
green and black,
Yeah.
and it
Like
took forever to
floaty
like
icons
actually
and
find
stuff.
where you're trying to go. It was like all memories.
Dude, but it was so nice though. Like, it looked so edgy and cool.
Yeah,
like, you know what I
was
mean?
definitely,
Like,
it had its own like feel and attitude to it, which was kind of cool. The whole Xbox.
Absolutely, it was targeted towards like hardcore gamers.
Yeah.
The people that they thought would sit in their basement and game for hours and hours, and that's exactly who they got.
hey, dude,
And to support it.
did we all play like
Like a
original
cult
Xbox?
following.
I did after
No.
360 was already out. I didn't know anyone with an Xbox. I didn't barely even know anyone with really like internet almost. Like a lot of people here still had like dial-up and stuff.
Oh wow.
And like I totally had dial-up until like basically almost 360 was out. We still had dial-up.
That's
And
cool.
but yeah, there's just it was just mostly like mature games on there, and I was fairly young. And I think it partially has to do with like the area. About like a lot of the people here are like super sensitive to that stuff, so they wouldn't let their kids like play Halo or whatever. So I didn't get very many opportunities to. But when you did, when there was that one kid's house where his mom let him play Halo, that was awesome.
Yeah, just the neighbor's house or whatever.
Yeah.
That like the parents were kind of like looser.
Yeah.
He's got all the mature
That and
rated
like Grand
games and
Theft
they
Auto.
don't
So it
care.
was just like, let's go.
Lurker, did you play original Xbox or what system did you have?
I was a PS2 kid, but I did in high school. I had this buddy. I think it was right after we got out of high school. Was when the original Xbox was in its heyday, and CE was big. And he had like an apartment, just like a crappy apartment, and he would have all of us over, and we had LAN parties. We had 4 TVs, 4 Xboxes, the whole deal, like playing CTF on Blood Gulch. It was pretty
Yeah.
amazing. We called it church. He called it church. He'd be like, "You coming over for church on Sunday?" And he'd be like, "Oh yeah." We did it
Code.
6 weeks in a row. Like it was.
It's a religious experience, man. That's for sure.
I remember
man.
specifically capping my first flag on Blood Gulch, dude. It was so amazing.
My first game was on was a Sidewinder,
Nice.
and and it was against 2 other people, and I was just like, "Are you serious? Why are you gonna put this as the first map or whatever?" And then we played, oh man, what was the one? It was just so stupid. It's like the 2 different sides, and that's all you have. What's it called, Chris?
I know what you're talking.
2 different
Elongation
sides.
or something?
Everyone
no,
had
no.
2
Longest?
different sides.
Boarding action.
Boarding
I
action.
thought that was
Boarding
PC
action.
only.
God.
Was it
I
not PC only?
liked boarding action. I thought it was pretty unique.
I have a
It's
Halo
a
4
little
one.
big, but it's
Well,
unique.
whatever. UNYSHEK, whatever. We can't all beast on every single...
It would be a pretty
Map.
big Mac for only 3 people, though.
Right.
Yeah.
3 people, yeah.
But
All right.
yeah.
So there was one more thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, or actually I was going to specifically direct this one at UNYSHEK, and it's about streaming because I know that's kind of your thing. I know that these systems coming up are going to have like way more Twitch integration, and it seems like streaming is taking like a bigger stance in like the games media space or whatever coming up this generation. So I don't know. Are you excited about the options that are going to open up for you on the Xbox One and with the next Halo and sort of streaming?
Absolutely. Having streaming available to everyone is fantastic. You need to be able to get more people to watch it when they're not playing it and be able to follow people and build up community members in order to popularize games, and then that will in turn make gaming more popular to the public. When you've got like figureheads, you got to have people you can get behind for every single game. Like the streaming community hopped behind Ninja. He grew to the top, and now he's like a poster boy. And you'll see that with many other games, as long as you support streaming through the Xbox One on your game when you put it on Xbox.
That's interesting.
Something I think they could do to like really help out and really like push the envelope, I guess you'd say, is actually make like available skins. You know what I'm saying? UNYSHEK?
For, like overlays?
Right.
You can have?
Like
Yeah,
like different
absolutely.
overlays.
Yeah, that'd be nice. There's stuff they could do to make that stuff a little more powerful, a little more customizable. You know?
It adds more personality, and that's why people want to see streams with webcams, for the personality along with the gameplay.
Yeah.
That's interesting because I think you're absolutely right. Like figureheads definitely will help grow a game. Like Ninja was the face of Halo 4 for, a pretty long time, I feel like.
It was for most of Reach, mainly. I'd say definitely Reach.
I would say
in
Reach
the beginning of Halo 4.
Yeah, Halo 4. If
Day
Halo
9
4
was
he
pretty
really
much the
took off.
reason I did StarCraft. It's pretty much the reason.
And like
I started
personalities give people something to rally behind, and that can in turn build a brand. You got Nade Shot for Call of Duty. Jesus.
That guy's crazy. Like,
But, like-
the craziest numbers, man.
The thing about Nade Shot, and I don't like talking about Call of Duty a whole lot because I don't really care about it anymore. But like the thing about Nade Shot is he literally deserves every single sub that he has. Because like, bro, he has marketed himself so much, and like people say, oh, he hoarded himself out. No. He made himself available to anybody at any time. Like he was casting at UMGs. He was doing everything he possibly could to get his name out there. So he deserves every single sub that he gets.
He helped build the competitive COD community. He deserves every single follower
Like,
that
'cause
he has.
think about it. Who would be carrying the
bots.
torch? And if it wasn't Nade Shot, who would be doing it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
got to
no,
think
absolutely.
about someone who's responsible too, and that could carry it.
Yeah.
That following.
Yeah.
I think with streaming, it just opens the door for like more activity on your actual consoles. Like UNYSHEK was saying, like watching the stream when you're not playing or whatever, and showing like your support for that certain game or that certain person who streams. Like that's going to be, I think, a really big turning point is once these games actually start getting out and gaining popularity. That's when we'll see a big difference.
Yeah, I wonder also though, like, what if it's like detrimental though? Because like, it also the barrier to entry at that point is so low that like it opens the door to a lot of crap as well. Like just like bad streams that no one's gonna watch, and then the little viewers are gonna be surrounded by all these other people, even if they're good. They're gonna be surrounded by all these other people around the same area on the Twitch page that have 1 to 0 viewers or very low, and then maybe they won't get clicked on.
Well, generally those people like quit out, don't they? They're like, oh,
Yeah, but
forget about it.
if the barrier to entry is so low, there's always going to be like so many people who just like they're You're just streaming because, why not? Xbox does it.
Right.
Yeah.
They could
Yeah,
just have it
but-
on.
Yeah,
the people
exactly.
who want
So
to
I wonder if
watch
that'll
to be
be bad.
the people who watch to get entertained will find people who are more entertaining and see people
Yeah.
that stream to stream, not
Yeah.
stream just because. That's the big
Yeah,
differentiation.
but I'm just saying, like, are they even going to get clicked on? Because, like, if you scroll down on Twitch, you see, okay, I was curious, what are these people with, like, 4 viewers? Who is this guy? But if there's,
I
like,
think it's
a ton of people with that many
Yeah.
viewers,
It's
it might
going to
be
take some
harder
time
to
for those
get
lower guys
exposure.
to get up. It'll take a lot of time for those guys to get exposure.
Yeah.
I streamed to this one guy from Britain because I played at night and it was morning for him. I streamed to just this one guy for about a full month when I was starting my Twitch stream. It was only me and him doing it until more and more people started finding streams that they wanted to find more entertaining, more personality, or someone with better gameplay like me. And I just happened to fill the gap.
I think it's a similar situation to YouTube where YouTube is so like pervasive. I mean, maybe not so much with Halo because Halo is such a smaller community, but if you wanted to start as like a COD commentator, there's
Yeah,
so much
yeah.
white noise for you to like
Absolutely.
muck
Yeah.
through before you separate
it's
yourself from that.
oversaturated.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that may be the situation that kind of Toast may be describing in the
That's
future
sort of
somewhat
similar
like,
thing.
yeah, like you said.
Well, yeah, because when you think about it, anybody can take like with the record that feature even and record that straight to YouTube. So not only do you have like streaming content, but you also have your YouTube content to where you can record like the best clips. But at the same time, it also
They're
gives
taking
you
out
like
the archiving, though. It's kind of sad, but makes sense.
wait, are they? For
Yeah, it just
Xbox One?
costs too much money for them. It just cost. Oh, I thought you meant I thought you just meant on Twitch, like on the website on Twitch.
Oh, okay. No. Like
Oh yeah, you can record with Xbox One.
right, with Xbox One, you can record like your top 5 clips and stuff like that. So I mean, it's pretty I don't know, it's pretty cool, I think, but I also think that people are going to find like their favorite streamers and then they'll find other people just by searching through. Like there have been so many like late nights where I'll find somebody with like 3 or 4, like Waka J. Like that's how I found him on Halo 3 and he's like really entertaining every time I watched him. And like he was just funny, has a really good time, tells jokes and stuff. And that's how I found him. I just searched him and then he had like maybe 15 viewers and I was like, well, I'm bored, so I might as well watch it. And then next thing you know, like I'm like following him and stuff like that. Whenever he streams late at night, I watch his stream. It's pretty fun. So I don't know. It takes a while, but anybody can get there. Like you just have to stay consistent and you have to provide something like for the people that watch.
Yeah, I can't stream. My internet just won't support it. I might be able to do like single player stuff where I'm not actively uploading, downloading at the same time, but I could see streaming being a really big thing, especially with the Xbox One. You can just say Xbox One broadcast, and next thing you know, you're live, you're ready to go, and that's going to be an amazing feature. I could see Halo really becoming big because, honestly, if you think about it, the past games, we have not had a whole lot of anything. We have no spectator mode, nothing. So this is going to be fun. I'm glad that that's going to be available.
Yeah, and with spectator mode, which I fully think that's going to be a thing, like there's no reason not to have like 1v1 tournaments or whatever every single night and possibly somebody casting it or showing it, happening or whatever live.
Yeah. No, yeah, that totally, like, by the way, the last week, the Team 2, where you guys were talking about, oh, wouldn't that be cool, like, if there was, like, a view counter and all, like, the spectator stuff. Literally every single one of the things you guys were mentioning happens in Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane. So if they just use that as a template, just copy, paste, like, there you go.
It's gold.
Episode 2 of the podcast. Smash that like button, subscribe, and we will see you guys next week. Everybody want to say bye?
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, guys. See you later.
See ya.
All right, so I just stopped recording there.